Hello, and welcome to our channel. You are no stranger to the impacts of stress, given that you are an entrepreneur. It sneaks up on you while you're attempting to expand your business while still managing the day-to-day operations, sometimes all by yourself. One of the most effective motivators is stress, but what happens when it is not monitored in any way? Sleep disruption caused by high amounts of stress can be a precursor to more serious problems with mental health. One of the most crucial skills that an entrepreneur can acquire is the ability to manage stress. Find out how to identify the sources of stress in your life, learn tactics for managing stress, and obtain suggestions for maintaining a healthy lifestyle that is low in stress by reading the information that follows. What are the sources of stress? Self-preservation is the basic function of stress, as hypothesized by the Cannon-Bard theory, which is more widely known as the fight-or-flight theory. When your brain detects an imminent threat, it triggers a response in both your body and your emotions. Occasionally, this has a beneficial influence on the chemical makeup of the brain. The fight-or-flight reaction can also be triggered in situations in which we are not actually in immediate danger. The reaction that humans have to various stimuli is the definition of stress. Physical manifestations of this reaction include a heightened heart rate and a quickening of the rate at which the subject breathes. The following are the two categories that can be used to classify stresses. External stresses. These are occurrences or circumstances that are typically beyond your control and are imposed on you by your environment and the changes that take place inside it. Internal sources of tension and anxiety. These can be things like ideas or actions, as well as habits that are typically under your control, such as how you organize your time or how you sleep. What happens to your body and mind when you are under a lot of stress? The right amount of situational stress can make you more motivated and even give you more strength. In most cases, this kind of stress, also known as acute stress, is not something to be concerned about, and in other cases, it can even be beneficial. One example of an external stressor is a deadline that is rapidly approaching for the launching of a new product or the beginning of a marketing campaign. In this scenario, the fight-or-flight response might be momentarily activated, which would heighten your senses and provide you a surge of energy that would be necessary to make it to the end of the race. According to the Yerkes-Dodson law, moderate amounts of acute stress can actually contribute to improved performance. This is because acute stress has the effect of heightening an individual's interest and concentration for a certain endeavor, the results of experiencing an excessive amount of poor stress. But the human race was not intended to exist in an ongoing condition of anxiety and tension. The buildup of chronic stress, often known as bad stress, can occur when someone is subjected to a stressor for an extended period of time, such as when they are financially strapped or work in an unhealthy environment. The mental and physical health of a person can suffer when they are in a constant state of stress. According to a number of studies, chronic stress can wreak havoc on the immune system of the body and cause organs to become damaged. Those who don't discover healthy ways to manage with stress may also experience an effect on their mental health, as continuous stress can lead to mental health conditions such as depression and anxiety. Let's speak about 9 different strategies that are good for you to deal with stress. Entrepreneurs may refine their skills over time, and one of those skills is the ability to manage stress to their advantage. You can become an expert at managing your time and use healthy stress as a boost when you're really pressed for time. But this depends on avoiding negative stress as much as possible. This is a guide on stress management that focuses on daily routines and making adjustments to one's mentality. Focus on what should take precedence. By utilizing this structure, you will be able to organize your to-do list and concentrate on the tasks that are most important to you, while shelving, assigning, or simply ignoring the tasks that are not as important. For instance, driving my kids to swimming lessons can be considered an important or urgent task because one of the author's personal values is cultivating healthy relationships with one's family, and swimming lessons take place according to a predetermined and consistent schedule. Learn to say no. While it's true that learning to say no can be difficult, especially for opportunity-seeking entrepreneurs, the common expression "if it's not a hell yes, it's a no" isn't necessarily the greatest approach to decide whether or not something is a yes or a no. If the prospect is daunting and you have no prior experience with it, you probably won't be a hell yes, but taking a chance on it could turn out to be surprisingly beneficial. Shonda Rhimes, an author and director, is best known for her book The Year of Yes, in which she details an experiment in which she tried to say yes to things to which she would have normally responded no. Being a yes person, however, does not come without its drawbacks. As your schedule gets busier and busier, Overcommitting can cause stress, which in turn can lead to feelings of unhappiness and broken promises. Using the Eisenhower matrix to each request will teach you how to strategically decline opportunities. It can be challenging to decline an offer, particularly for people with an entrepreneurial spirit, but doing so will make room for you to concentrate on accepting significant yeses. Do something active. Many studies have indicated that physical activity can have a beneficial effect on mental health, and this effect has been explicitly connected to a reduction in overall levels of stress. The idea of adding exercise to your schedule shouldn't make you feel more stressed out than you already are. Because of this, it is essential to select a form of physical activity that you look forwards to doing. A beneficial effect can be achieved by doing something as easy as taking the dog for a walk or practicing desk yoga for 15 minutes. In any other case, you could explore a new interest by participating in a team sport or a group workout class. Loneliness is another risk factor for one's mental health, and the built-in social engagement helps reduce that risk. Take time to unplug. You can multitask several projects, maintain constant communication, even run an entire company from your mobile device thanks to technological advancements. Nevertheless, in a world that demands an immediate response, being dependent on your electronic devices may be contributing to your stress levels. It's time to automate and outsource. It can be tough for entrepreneurs, especially those who have developed their ideal business on their own, to give up ownership of their company. But developing the ability to delegate tasks might free up time for you to concentrate on what's really important. After you have arranged the activities and sources of stress in your life according to the Eisenhower matrix, the category of urgent but not important is an excellent place to begin. The use of various instruments to carry out uncomplicated tasks in accordance with specified inputs is at the heart of automation. This might be anything from a device that waters your garden when the weather is nice to a social scheduling tool that gradually releases brand campaign content on a predetermined schedule. Examples of such devices include the latter. When you outsource, you might hire a virtual assistant to handle your personal administrative responsibilities or collaborate with a marketing firm to offload your brand efforts. Both of these options fall under the umbrella term outsourcing. Take a few deep breaths. The relationship between deliberate, slow breathing and the body's stress reaction has been investigated by science. Because it encourages full oxygen exchange, deep breathing can help to reduce both the rate of one's heartbeat and their blood pressure. Intervals of 10 to 20 minutes spent practicing deep breathing can be incorporated into your everyday routine. Try using a meditation app or a group yoga class, virtual or in person, which focuses on breath and mindfulness. If you'd rather have someone lead you through the practice, maintain a healthy dose of self-awareness and be conscious of your capabilities. Warning indicators are constantly being transmitted to you by your body in the form of signals or physical symptoms of stress. As a result of persistent stress, one may experience symptoms such as headaches, stomach aches, or back pain. Pay attention to your bodily cues. It is important not to disregard these warning signs because doing so could result in more severe health problems. Do regular self-examinations in the same manner that you would perform annual inspections on your vehicle. Is everything operating as it should be? If this is not the case, it is necessary to learn how to say no, disconnect from technology, and take steps to lessen and prevent stress. Pursue activities that are significant to you. Many people who go into business for themselves do so with the intention of devoting more of their time to activities that are personally fulfilling. It may entail walking away from a dead-end day job in order to pursue a hobby company or launch a non-profit organization centered on a subject that is near and dear to one's heart. If the work you do is significant to you and others, the stress that comes along with it may feel more bearable. Yet, if you are finding that your employment isn't satisfying all of your needs, you should look for activities that challenge your mind. Exercise an area of your creativity that you don't often utilize, or have an effect that makes you feel good. Participating in creative activities can really reduce levels of cortisol, which is a hormone that is measured as a marker of stress. If you spend most of your day in front of a computer screen at work, you should spend your free time disengaging from technology and engaging in a craft or other hands-on activity that challenges a different portion of your brain. Beg for aid. There are moments when one's ability to exert control over their stress is no longer sufficient. Reach out to a friend or family member, sign up for a support group, or seek the guidance of a professional mental health specialist when the tactics given here no longer work to keep it under control. Isolation can magnify the effects of stress, so try to avoid it if you are feeling overwhelmed. Reduce your stress levels to improve both your mental and physical health. There are some positive aspects of being stressed. In modest, controllable doses, it can be an entrepreneur's friend. Nevertheless, prolonged exposure to stress can be harmful to both your physical and mental health as well as your company's bottom line. Being in sync with your body and emotions will help you ward off serious sickness and safeguard the work you've done throughout your life. Using some of these strategies for stress management in your daily routine is like performing preventative maintenance to ensure that you stay on track to achieve all of your goals. Thank you for watching, and remember to let us know what you think. Don't forget to like and subscribe.